Never ever give a baby black root. It's the Nintendo Dreamcast.
The metal ones that didn't move because they didn't make real awesome action figures for Willow. They just made little die-cast metal pieces of shit.
I think there was some either McDonald's or Burger King Willow Happy Meals out there as well.
Yeah, maybe. Are you sure that you didn't just have the Happy Meal toys, or
no? Because I remember we bought them at Toys R Us, and it was
you guys actually went Willow shopping?
Yeah, well, I went and saw them. I was 5, dude. We went and saw Willow, and then my mom was like, "Do you want to go to Toys R Us?" Because anytime we went to the movie theater, which was out of town, it was in Lexington. They had a Toys R Us, so we went. I'm like, I would like these Willow toys. It was a set of 5, so you get Mad Mortigan, you got the guy with the skull face, and some other shits. But they were die-cast metal and stuck in one pose, and you couldn't really play with them. But I did.
I remember the best marketing ploy was Jello came out with some Willow flavored Jello.
Willow of good.
Yeah, it was
gelatin.
And Bill, I think on the commercial, Bill Cosby had a hard time kind of promoting it.
Oh, bullshit. I'm going to see this. This doesn't exist. YouTube.
Willow was on the box. And
get my Willow pudding.
Yeah.
Do it, bop.
Jello. That's probably the worst Cosby impression ever.
Yeah.
Hold on.
When I go to New Earth.
Was it New Earth? Is that where it took place?
I don't know. I thought that was where the hobbits lived.
According to
Willow is like a subspecies.
According to YouTube, there's no Willow Jello commercial.
There is a Willow Jello.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's on YouTube. I'm getting all kinds of shit, but no.
I don't even know if there was any Willow Jello. I mean, that movie tanked pretty bad. Nope. There's an image of Willow Jello. It came with a Willow. A Willow activity book with Warwick Davis holding the rings, grinning like an idiot.
Well, why isn't the commercial out anywhere?
Yeah, the commercial would have been cool because I have not seen that since I was about 8 or 9 or whatever. Yeah. He's what's the rings about? He's the Puppet Master. What was the sequel to Puppet Master called? Just Puppet Master 2.
Puppet Master 2, I think. I don't know if it had a subtitle. Yeah, even Google.
Ooh, we could be Nintendo Dreamcast episode 6.
Oh look,
Dollman versus the demonic toy.
It looks like the commercial, the guys feeding Willow Jello to the chick from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Willow.
If you type Willow Jello commercial into Google, the first thing that comes up is smoke weed every day at drugsandweed.tumblr.com.
Oh, that probably makes sense. You were high as shit.
What the hell?
Smoke weed every day. What year did it come out?
What year did Willow come out?
It was 87?
Yeah, so...
I don't know. I'm guessing.
All right, here's the 1987 Bill Cosby.
1988.
Oh, they skip 88. They go from 87 to 90. God damn it.
Bill Cosby retconned it.
He had every one taken off the internet.
Bill Cosby Pokemon rap.
Let's do this.
Are we going with Willow?
Yeah.
I don't seem to have much to say about it.
We could do Dollman versus the Demonic Toys, man.
I've never seen that.
Willow 2 Rise of the Machines.
Have you never seen Dollman versus the Demonic Toys?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, but there was this in-print, publishing house that put out all these bizarre horror movies. Let me find the name of the company. They did Puppet Master. They did this. Full Moon Features, yeah.
What did they do, like Leprechaun and stuff?
They did, the Wikipedia page is really weird. Doesn't have a list of movies. But David Goyer was part of it. Who he's now known as, like, the guy that wrote Batman and Blade and that shit.
Shall we then?
Oh, notable releases: Puppet Master, Subspecies, Trancers, Killjoy, Demonic Toys, Dr. Mordred, Dragon World, The Pit and the Pendulum, Demonic Toys, Dollman versus the Demonic Toys, Gingerbread Man, Groom Lake.
They do kill those.
No, it's called Ginger Dead Man. I'm sorry.
Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah. It stars Gary Busey. Why have I not seen this movie? Oh my God, you should see the DVD cover. It's beautiful.
What is it? Ginger Dead Man?
Here's the plot. Are you ready? In Waco, Texas diner called Cadillac Jack's, crazed killer Millard Fiddlemeyer opens fire on the Leia family, killing Jeremy and James but leaving Sarah and her mother alive. Fiddlemeyer is arrested and sentenced to die in an electric chair due to part to Sarah's testimony. After the execution, he is cremated and his ashes are sent to his mother, a witch who mixes the ashes with gingerbread spice mix.
This is like the same plot as Jack Frost almost.
Yeah.
Sometime later, the bakery, a pastry shop run by the surviving Leia's, is in dire straits. I don't know, there's like 2 fucking pages of text here.
Yeah, I get it, though.
They're just going to tell the whole...
Well, the film's currently at 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a lot better than most things.
You can buy the Ginger Dead Man trilogy box set on Amazon for $14.78.
I like Trancers. Trancers were good. Do you remember that one? It was where they were in like some... I don't know if they're on another planet or whatever, but there's the robots that were kind of like trimmers, and you had to stay like in the base, and if you walked out, they would find you.
I think I saw that on like Cinemax once or something.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty sweet.
Trancers.
I've seen movies on Cinemax with robots in them. I don't know if it was that.
Are you talking about Cherry 2000?
No. Just them like soft corn Cinemax.
Is there an episode of Red Shoe Diaries with robots?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, it was the 80s. It was softcore porn. Robots had to enter into it at some point. Still don't know what we're going to call it.
The Deadening.
Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man.
I think we just need to give Willow a funny sequel name.
Willow 2, Willow Harder.
What was Rocky sequels weren't named?
No.
Willow 2 First Blood Part 3.
Willow 2, How Willow Got His Groove Back. Willow 2, Turtles in Time.
All right, sure, why not?
The secret of the...
That's just so dumb it might be funny to somebody. Hello, and welcome to the Nintendo Dreamcast, Episode 6. Willow... Crap.
Did you forget what you're going to call it?
Willow something or other.
Willow 2 Turtles in Time.
Willow 2 Turtles in Time.
There we go.
We're not even trying anymore. I'm Matt Meanard. I'm hosting this time. And
I'm James. That's Jay. I'll speak for him.
Say your name, Jay.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, no, you are.
Yes, it's me, Jay. I am alive and well and at the microphone.
Cool. So how you guys been for the past couple of weeks?
I've been pretty good, man. waiting for all these sweet fall releases. That part of the year, the golden part of video gaming is upon us, the holiday season. So I haven't really been playing much. I've been saving my hard-earned cash, waiting for all these October releases. So I've just been fucking around on Pokemon, catching them all so I can put them in my Pokemon bank.
Which Pokemon are you playing again?
Soul Silver. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And how many Pokemon have you caught so far, do you know?
I don't know. I think I'd be embarrassed if I look because I think it's pretty low.
Really?
Well, because for most of the game, I just kill them all and only capture the ones I want on my team. And then I realized with this Pokemon bank, I can... So I went back. So I probably captured like 50, but I've murdered thousands.
Yeah. How many are there total, do you think?
I think something like 700.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to catch them all?
I don't think there's 700 in one game.
Okay. Well, still,
I think there's like 200 per game, and then they add up through because there's like 4 generations or 5 generations.
Right, and then you're supposed to trade with other people or fight them, and like if you fight them and win, you get their Pokemon. Is that how it works? Or
like
I don't know.
You become them.
Yeah. you take their soul and all their Pokemon. I don't know. I've never played.
I'm waiting for that game.
I've just been playing single player.
Like, they should make a fighting game when you kill your opponent, it deletes everything off their hard drive. Like, play for keeps. We need a game like that.
There's a variant of Magic the Gathering where you, like, draft, and then when you win, you tear up the opponent's cards.
Oh, that's fun as hell.
And those are worth, like, money. So
is that like an official version, or is that like some like...
I think it's like what you play on the
hardcore street version? Yeah.
Magic Gathering on the street, motherfucker.
Tear up your cards.
Just ripped your shivering dragon in half.
So, I guess, have you been playing anything else?
Yeah, not really.
That's lame.
Yeah. Got to save my money. I'm not made out of money, man. These games are expensive. And there's like 10 games that are dropping in the next month.
Yeah. And these big, especially on console release years, it's like a roulette wheel because, they want to push out as much as they can. And it's like always a question like, well, what am I going to spend my money on? And is it going to be worth it? I mean, I've even played some, good games that are only good once. And then, they have no replay value, and then you're kind of stuck with them with no cash, and wait until spring until the next round of games comes out. So that's always the big question.
Are you guys planning on picking up one of the new consoles this year?
No.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards PlayStation 4, but I really don't think that I want to get the first model. I've made that mistake with every Sony console. That I always buy it on day one, and 6 months later there's something else coming out.
If the launch titles were juicy, I'd jump on it. But since they're not, I can wait until next summer when the like slim, awesome one comes out.
Right, and yeah, just that's it. Just waiting.
What have you been playing, Matthew?
Sorry.
Nice.
I think I've been playing a bunch of stuff. I guess the first thing, I've been playing Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
Is that a handheld title?
It is, but I've been playing it on Steam because there was a Steam sale. I got it for like $3 or something.
I was wondering how them games stack up to like Mario Kart.
Pretty good, actually. It's a lot of fun. It's not as good as Mario Kart. I mean, nothing is, I don't know. I haven't played a whole lot of those like kart-style racing games, so I actually bought it for Cordelia, my daughter, and because she said she wanted it, but she doesn't really show much interest in it. She keeps going the wrong way on the track. But I ended up playing, like trying to unlock a bunch of characters for her and having good amount of fun.
You know what? My favorite kart game is they made a Lego kart game for PC. It was only a PC, and you can go in and make your own karts out of blocks.
I remember that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that game was awesome.
I always waited. I was waiting for that. That was around the PlayStation 2 days. Yeah, I was always waiting for that to come out, and never happened.
Yeah, my little brother, he was like 10 at the time, and my parents bought it for him. And we had a family computer, so we shared it. I was in high school, and I was like, "What's this game? It's gay shit." And I started playing it. I was like, "It's awesome." Yeah, it was a very good game.
Sometimes going the wrong way on a race track game can be pretty cool. I found some glitches in the first Jet Moto game back in the day. I learned how to go through a spot where you can go through the wall and drive infinitely until you hit some weird boundary, and it was pretty weird stuff.
Huh.
So
I haven't found anything like that yet. It seems like a pretty made game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played a Sega game in a really long time. They have a real distinctive arcadey style to their games that I kind of missed.
yeah.
I don't know, from the voice of the announcer. I don't know. It's got that distinctive Sega echo on it.
Yeah.
Sega and Sonic All Stars Racing transformed type of shit. And I don't know. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I played that. And what else did I play?
Play Fire Emblem. You played Fire Emblem, Matthew?
I did. I played Fire Emblem.
So you're not liking it? Is that what I'm getting?
No, I like it. I almost threw my 3DS across the room.
He likes it that much.
I got the chapter 10 on easy, and then I quit because I didn't realize that I had permadeath turned off. So I went back and played on hard.
Like a man.
Played it like a man on hard, and I'm apparently not man enough for that game. Even though I know I've beaten previous Fire Emblem titles on hard before. I swear.
I don't know if I played it on hard. I played it normal with permadeath, so I don't know. Is there easy, normal, hard, or is it just hard and
there's normal, there's hard, and then there's nightmare. And I don't know how the fuck hard nightmare is because
I think I played normal with permadeath on.
Right. Yeah, so I got to chapter 5 on hard, and I played chapter 5, no lie, about 55 times.
Jesus Christ.
And just kept losing over and over and over again.
Go back to normal permadeath.
Which is what I did. But I mean, including the demo, which I played before the game came out. Now I've played that opening stage 4 or 5 times. So I'm pretty sick of that.
Yeah.
So I took a little break and bought Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider.
Okay.
And shot some guys in the face on a Lost-inspired island.
You did get GTA 5, man?
No, that's $60, isn't it? Yeah. I can buy 500 games on Steam for $60.
Now, we were talking a couple episodes ago about how I was you can get BioShock Infinite for cheap. Did you see the sale?
I did.
Yeah.
But that came with BioShock 1 and 2, which I've already bought.
Right, it was only $20.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think you paid for Infinite and you get the other 2 for free.
I don't know. No, I didn't jump on that sale, but it's on Xbox Live now for $20.
Oh, really? Infinite?
Yeah. Yep. It's a real quick sale or something going on. I don't know. So I might pick it up there.
It's good. It's a good sit down for an entire day. Get some popcorn, some sodas, play through it.
And then one day?
I think I beat it in 2 days, but that's because I took a break. But I think it's 10 hours long. Play through the single player. It's not an overly difficult game.
Did you play the new Tomb Raider?
I haven't played a Tomb Raider since the first one. I hate the series.
I don't really like the old ones either. This one's really good. It's like Uncharted with a girl.
Yeah.
And more kind of brutal. And better archaeology type stuff in it.
Yeah.
I liked the first one. It had the kind of Prince of Persia feel, and I think the exploration on it was pretty good. And then I never even seen the second one, but I had a demo for the third, and it seemed to me like going from that kind of an exploration game to a Metal Gear kind of more hunt and stealth kind of game, and they kind of lost me on the third one.
I think the second one's supposed to be the best. I don't know. I remember I played through the first one on PlayStation because it was,
it was the shit. It was big. It was all the hype. I remember
Right.
I played through it. I just didn't care for it too much.
Yeah, it got really annoying. Like, it's one of the reasons I don't know. I didn't really like third-person action games for a while. Just got traumatized by that game.
I remember because my friend had a PlayStation, I had a Nintendo 64. So I was playing Ocarina of Time, and he was playing Tomb Raider, and I'm like, you can't shoot wolves in the face in Ocarina of Time. Like, fair
I
enough.
think that was the best part, is just hearing the animals scream when you shoot them.
Really? Oh, okay. We learned something about Jay today.
Yeah.
I'm. Peter would probably have a lot to say about that game.
I don't know. So, yeah.
You could hunt dinosaurs. You got to that one stage and there was just dinosaurs running around. I mean,
I remember that was pretty cool. So the new Tomb Raider, though, it's good. Is it back to like a puzzle game? Because the first one's kind of puzzly. Or...
Yeah.
There are like some puzzles in it, but you can avoid them. Like there's optional tombs you can raid. There's actually not a whole lot of tomb raiding going on in the game, which is fine with me.
You have like a bow and arrow or something in this one.
Yeah, you got a bow and arrow. You got four weapons. You got a bow and arrow, a pistol, a shotgun, and a AK-47 rifle.
Like, all right, I'm going to take four guns. I'll get my AK-47, my shotgun, my pistol, and my bow and arrow.
Well, actually, they arrange the enemy guys. So, and you find them as you go on. Obviously, you start out with nothing, and you find.
I thought that was the four things she brought from home. She's like, "I'll take the bow and arrow, from the shotgun, and the AK-47 won't work."
No, because I mean, it's it's like her origin story or whatever.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, all that stuff's kind of corny, but so yeah, she like shipwrecks on this island with her crew, and
is she like
she's just like
steamboat captain or something?
She's just like a college student that's into archaeology, kind of.
She's got a boat and a crew,
and she's off with a real archaeologist who's kind of an ass who's just out there for fame, and they're supposedly filming this reality show of him, but you don't really ever see any cameras. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so you crash, and like these like crazy like cult like kills like half your crew, and
so it's like Lost.
Yeah, it is. It's like, yeah, you arrive and suddenly there's this others, and there's this real creepy vibe on the island.
Yeah.
Something that may or may not be mystical going on.
Right.
Yeah,
and then at
definitely.
the end, she finds out they're all in purgatory.
I haven't gotten to the end yet. I'm at the very end, and I decided to go back and like find a bunch of crap I missed. Raid some of the optional teams.
That's a trap, Matt, because you go back and then you never finish it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I might finish this one. I really, really, really like it.
All right.
It's a lot of fun.
Are you playing it on Xbox or PlayStation or Steam?
Steam.
Cool.
Steam, and that's So, and it runs pretty well on my crappy like onboard video card.
Oh, cool.
Looks just as nice as it did on 360 and PS3, from what I can tell online.
Very nice.
Whereas the games I bought at the there was a Square sale. I bought Hitman and Just Cause 2 and Deus Ex.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of those yet.
Deus Ex is one of my favorite games.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. That's probably what I'll play next.
It's good. We're talking about Human Revolution, right?
Yeah.
The new one, yeah. That's awesome. I hope are they doing a sequel? Have you heard anything about it? It was so good. I hope they follow up with another one like it.
It seems like it sold really well.
Yeah, it was a fucking awesome game.
Yeah. So yeah, those. Well, I haven't really started Human Revolution, but I tried the benchmark mode in Just Cause 2 and Hitman, and like my frame rate slowed to like 3 frames a second.
Wow.
So I need to tweak the settings on that, which is weird because Steam is usually pretty good about setting that stuff for me. I think because I didn't have to tweak anything on Tomb Raider, and it runs pretty perfectly.
Yeah. All right.
So I think that's all. Oh, and I played Little Big Planet 2. And bought that for my daughter. And
yeah, she was talking about it on Monday. She's like, I got Little Big Planet 2.
yeah.
It's like, have you memorized the tutorials yet?
No, it's something weird. She did do something weird. Like, there's a grappling hook in that game.
Yeah.
And I've never taught her how to use grappling hook mechanics in games ever.
Yeah.
And she just fired it off on something and started swinging away like she'd been like,
Grappling.
Playing Bionic Commando.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah, like it was, I don't know. It's weird.
So I'm much like James. I haven't really been doing much gaming lately. Just got some expenses coming up here, getting ready to go on vacation.
Where are you going?
Washington, D.C. Gonna see all the museums and
See
stuff.
all the bullshit,
Yeah,
Washington
right,
man,
right.
fucking government.
And but I played the just looking at some demos, and I downloaded the Chasing Aurora demo on the Wii U. And what kind of drew me to it in the first place was it's kind of looks like one of the old school Polygon games, kind of like Out of This World or something. But it's basically at its heart, it's a racing game. And you fly some birds much like joust style. You have a button that's your flap button, and but you acquire little weapons and stuff. So it has like a little twisted metal kind of aspect to it, where you can attack your opponents and keep them from winning. So that was a pretty neat little demo. It's actually on sale right now, so debating whether to get it or not. And for my birthday, one of my roommates gave me their old Wii-Fit balance board. And so I went out and bought a copy of Wii-Fit for like $3 and decided to give that a try. What is really kind of interesting about the balance board as far as anybody that's played Wii-Fit, it's kind of like your personal fitness trainer. But one thing I liked using the balance board for is on the Wii U they have a version of Google Earth where you use the touchpad and you can actually look around in 360 degrees. And they just came out with an upgrade. If you have the balance board accessory, you can walk.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so I walked all the way around the Colosseum and all around Italy, walked around Germany, got to see the Olympic Stadium, and I got a better workout doing the Google Earth than the Wii Fit because I don't know if it calculates your exact steps to match with the distance between points on a map. But it definitely seems like it's they try to make it very close. So if you're walking around, like say the Roman Colosseum, you're actually it's going to be like a long walk. You're going to actually walk around the whole thing.
You can take those steps and put them into Wii Fit, and it'll subtract those as your from your calories for the day.
I wish they would, but
you can.
You can?
Yeah. You just write the steps down or whatever, and then load up Wii Fit, and then you go into your profile.
Oh, okay.
And it's got like a thing to download not download, but just you put in this number of steps you've walked in that day.
I ask you. Okay, because I want to talk about the new Wii Fit for the U coming up because they did a Nintendo Direct on it, and so
is Oculus Rift gonna be able to interface with Wii U at all?
I don't think so.
That seemed pretty sweet.
I think John Carmack said he's not interested in using that on consoles.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Those guys are old school computer guys. They hate video game consoles. Anyway.
Yep, sorry. Keep going.
So that was pretty much been the extent of what I've been playing. So, I've gotten into the Wii Fit with my girlfriend, kind of doing that, learning that kind of thing. So, other than that, it hasn't been much gaming going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I played Wii Fit for a while. It has an upper weight limit on it.
It does. I noticed that the board says
No, it won't let you create a new profile. Like if you're over like 330 pounds.
Yeah, the board the board said max weight 330. So it senses that it can tell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I used to play it like back in the day, and then I gained a bunch of weight after our first baby, and they won't let me play anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's shitty.
Yeah.
The fuck, Nintendo?
They're gonna send. They need to just send like Oprah to your house or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you in fit to play Wii Fit.
But yeah, I'm getting back to close to light enough to play it. So
I think it's fairly accurate.
Yeah, it was the most accurate scale in our house. I thought.
The last time I was at a doctor, I'm like right on the border between on like your body mass index is what they consider normal and being slightly underweight. And I remember like I was right on that line, and that's about what I came up with on the Wii-Fit. So it seems like they actually, are getting like real health statistics, and I'm sure they worked with actual fitness people to put it together.
Yeah.
So it's a far cry from like track and field with the power pad, and where you're basically mashing buttons with your feet until you sweat to death. So
the yoga stuff is really good in that game.
Yeah, I have a yoga mat coming in the mail. So
you don't need a yoga mat, and you can just do it on the.
But it's a branded yoga mat.
That's a Wii-Fit free yoga mat. I remember when they sold those.
When it came out. I also discovered that Best Buy had a promotion where you could get a Wii-Fit beach towel and a Wii-Fit sports bottle. So I'm gonna, I guess, do the whole package and have all my Wii-Fit gear. And, while all the other kids are rocking the Nike and Adidas, I'm just gonna bust out with the Wii-Fit stuff.
Play some Push It to the Limit while you're
Wii-Fit wristbands.
Yeah, but there's also those might come in handy because there's also the Wii-Fit girl on YouTube that just does Wii-Fit in a t-shirt and panties. So I guess
I've never heard of that. She's just called the Wii-Fit girl.
Yeah, she's an internet meme now, and apparently she's gotten 8 million views or something ridiculous.
That's why you got splooge all over your 3DS.
Yeah, it's trying to watch.
I don't know where the shit came from all over my 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screen's kind of yellow now.
Great, now I have to figure out a way to edit that in. That conversation.
Oh yeah. I forgot we weren't recording, but previously, when we were getting started, Jay came over and he said he pulled out his 3DS and there is some sticky fluid like on the bottom of the screen. It's like yellowish on the bottom, and everything's jammed up, like some kind of jism might be all over it. So
yeah, it's pretty gross. It's really sticky. It looks yellow.
Yeah,
it's crusty.
Yeah, it's most likely pop.
Yeah, sure.
Soda pop.
Yeah, that's what I used to tell my mom about my bed sheets.
I blew my nose all over my bed sheets.
No.
All right, moving on.
Just kidding, Mom, if you're listening.
Did we discuss...
Matthew, you have to stop using your socks to blow your nose.
Did we get a chance to discuss the price drop on the Wii U yet?
Yeah, I think we talked about that last podcast.
As an update for our listeners, I was telling Matthew, I did find my secret Walmart or Meijer or Target. I won't tell you exactly what it is, but they do have Zelda Wii U left. I haven't bought it yet because I figured it'll sit there forever. So, but yeah, I'm planning on getting it. I just didn't want to. Next month's a really big month in gaming. I don't know if I can push my gaming budget that far.
Yeah, I don't know,
but I'm happy that the Wii U price drop. $299 seems like a pretty good deal.
And is that applying to like the base price of the bundle? Then they add a little more on because it's a bundle, or
no? It's $299.
Yeah, the bundle's $299.
The bundle's oh wow.
Yeah. And it is the deluxe.
See, that's what I'm
edition.
talking about, folks. Don't buy it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think that's why I got to stop buying next gen consoles on release date.
Yeah, it's
because
really,
after a while they get desperate, and then you see all the cool shit come out. So
there's still so much cool shit I haven't played on the original generation. So why fuck yourself? I don't know.
All right, so what's in the news, man?
I don't know. You guys want to talk about GTA 5?
We can. I don't know anything about it because I don't play Grand Theft Auto games, so I haven't bought it. I haven't read any of the hype. And I literally know nothing about it. I can throw this out here. I bet there's like a really cool, like gritty story. It probably involves drugs and violence, and then he's a guy with like a heart of gold, and he's in a rough spot, but he's got to do all this illegal stuff because there's somebody he loves, and he has to get money for their surgery, or his brother is involved with the mob, and then everybody will say it's the best game ever.
Yeah, pretty much, except it's like split up over 3 characters. So there's like 3 different. It seems to me like it like encompasses like the 3 different styles of people who play GTA. Like there's the dude who's super into cars and like all the clothes and shit like that.
Yeah,
and then there's the crazy psychopath guy who just likes to go on like killer rampages, and then there's the guy who seems to be like the main like story guy, who's like the mob guy who. He's like he's an ex-bank robber who
with a heart of gold.
No, he's kind of a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, it's actually the clothes and car guy who's supposed to be like the
nice guy.
The nice guy, yeah, seems to be the actual protagonist in the game. Anyway, you can switch between them at any point in the game, and when you switch to one of the other characters, it'll like arrive like right in the middle of their day. Apparently. I haven't played this game, so I'm just going off the shit I've read on the internet.
Can you, as one character, run into the other character and murder him?
Like the grandfather clause view.
Yeah. And then you switch to the other character as he's dying, and you experience his death at your own hands.
I think if any of the characters dies while you're on the same screen as them, the game's over. I don't know.
Well, you have to switch back really quick, right when you fire the gun.
So get a sniper rifle, and that'd be an interesting experiment. That's like one of those like things you do in GTA is like try shit like that all day long.
I don't think I've ever gotten further than maybe like
can I stab a shark? Can I steal a 747 and crash it into a tower?
I've done the first maybe 10 or dozen checkpoints on any given GTA game, and then the rest it's all I'm just gonna fuck with the city.
I'm sure they're good games. I saw like GTA 4, like the complete editions, like $20, and I'm sure it's got like 100 hours of fucking gameplay because there's all the expansions and everything.
Yep.
But they don't have aliens, dragons, anything that attracts me. Like I play video games and I get immersed into stories that I would never be able to experience. There's shitty people that shoot people and sell drugs and shit every day. So just doesn't appeal to me. That's the same reason I don't play sports game. I could be an all-star quarterback if I wanted to.
I just appreciate good stories.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's just something weird with me, I guess. Like, I haven't even watched The Wire, and everybody's told me, like, The Wire's awesome. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I think one of the appeals for GTA was driving really fast cars that I could never afford and then wrecking them nonchalantly into, like, police stations. But I think the most GTA game I ever got into was Vice City Stories on the PSP. I just maybe because I like the soundtrack so well, but eventually I got to a point in the game where it was just too hard for me, so I just spent the rest of the time causing mayhem.
I played about like a quarter of Chinatown Wars on the DS.
Ooh, was that one good?
It's more like the old ones, like the ones before they went 3D.
Top down, yeah.
So it's a little hard to like control the car when there's missions where you have to get from point A to point B and like pick up a bunch of crap, and that gets really frustrating. So because the screen doesn't really zoom out enough when you're going super fast, and since it's not 3D, you can't really see what's coming up to hit you. So I just ended up failing a lot of missions.
I remember that was coming out, and I was like reading the previews or whatever, and I thought it was cool. Can't you hotwire cars with like the stylus?
Yeah. There's a hot
cool.
wiring mini game, which is pretty cool. That gets a little annoying after a while too. When you can just like press a button and break into a car in the regular GTA. So the novelty wears off after you do it 20 times.
I got you.
Yeah. So
and you've not played the new one? I have not played the new one.
I have not played the new one. I've watched a shit ton of like online footage of people playing it.
Yeah.
It seems really cool. It looks really good.
I'll probably wait until it's $20.
What's your Pokemon Watch saying now?
I don't know. Let's see what we get.
Pokemon number 25, type electric. Pikachu, I choose you.
I choose you, Pikachu. What was that last thing? It just sounded like he was having a tantrum.
I think so. He just took a shit.
Oh man.
All right. You know what I'm excited about is that we might get the PS Vita TV.
Yeah.
Like we maybe,
Yeah.
because we talked about how cool it would be, and I think it would be cool. I don't know. I don't remember if you guys liked it. But.
What's his fuck said he was really impressed by the Western response to the PS Vita TV, and who is it? Who's Mr. Sony?
Masayasu Ito.
You just made that up, didn't you?
No, I'm reading it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
In a recent interview, Sony Tokyo headquarters Masayatsu Ito said, Western gamers want the PS Vita TV more than we thought.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that comment.
And I don't know why they wouldn't launch it here. I mean, like, what makes Japan more susceptible to this device than us? Like, is it because we already have, like, Roku boxes and shit? I mean, I don't understand. It seems really cool. I want one.
Yeah, maybe they just can't afford another failed console over here.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right. And like I said, I don't really think it has, it's hard whether to kind of foresee whether it's going to be competitive with the other, streaming boxes. But I think the added novelty of it about, being able to play games, especially, play your portable games on big TV, it just kind of, adds to the functionality of merging your Vita with your PS3. And I think that's really, at least for me, is the main appeal to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also another news, Nintendo came out and said they're very aware of the desire for Wii U 3DS unified accounts. They just don't give a fuck.
Excellent. Whatever. We can talk about this again. We've talked about it before. You guys know
Right.
how we feel.
Right, this is the first time they've actually had the balls to come out and say it, though.
It's a stupid practice.
I think there slowly seems to be starting to kind of get on it because for the Wii U owners that bought theirs early, and even the ones that if you go out and buy one now, I mean, if you own a pre-existing virtual console game on your Wii, there's a price drop to buy it again, and I really wish they would have a similar kind of thing. Because
You should just be able to
with their
download
3DS, yeah, exactly.
it for free. You already bought it.
It's a little. Well, they've added on the Wii U. They've added some things to their virtual console, so I think they've actually had to kind of reprogram some of the games to be compatible with some of the features, is what I've heard. But I know that they released a bunch of Mario games on the Wii Virtual Console, and then they came out with them on 3DS within a matter of a week or two, and it's kind of sucks I have to buy them again because I would rather have played them on the 3DS anyways. So I think that's something they really need to take a hard lesson from Sony and just kind of go with that, or at least offer a discount, if it is something that requires, a development team to
If they can offer a cloud box for Pokemon where you can store up to 3,000 Pokemon remotely and access it from your account from anywhere, surely they could do that with fucking games.
Right. And it seems to be more third party are kind of doing that. I forgot the game I was going to talk about. I just seen. Yeah, I'll talk about it more with the new Sonic game that's coming out. They're going to have
Sonic Lost Worlds.
Yeah, they're going to have cross support for Wii U and 3DS owners.
What does that mean? You can buy the game for one system and play it on both?
No, there's battles, and I'm gonna find the exact.
Or your save will transfer
here. Well, you get gadgets in the game, and it says you can share them because it's going to have Wii U exclusive features, and one of them is that you can upload stuff to Miiverse as far as some of the items you get in the game. And so they're making it also that you can share that with people that own the 3DS version, which going by most of the Sega games, usually the 3DS version is completely different than the home console version. So, and then so that seems pretty cool. That's just the most recent example I can think of where, you know, some of the third party companies are kind of pushing stuff like that. But as far as like purchasing games, I think that's all up to Nintendo.
I'm just going to buy a Retron 5. I'm
Right.
not going to buy any more virtual console titles.
Right.
Well, maybe now that Hiroshi is dead, maybe now Nintendo can move on.
I was thinking about that.
We probably should have led with that story since we're a Nintendo podcast, and that's like the biggest thing that happened to them.
Yeah, it's, you know, he's the guy that created everything that Nintendo was. I mean, him and Gunpei Yokoi with the Ultra Hand, and then it went to Space War and Donkey Kong, and
He had a real eye for talent.
computer space.
Like he's the one who hired, you know, Gunpei and Miyamoto.
Yeah, Miyamoto was kind of brought in by his brother, but yeah, I think eventually, he got the recognition he deserved.
Well, at some point, I think he had to be like, okay,
yeah, you're worth the talent. And it's just kind of, I think though, I mean, I think he's just been a figurehead since Iwata took over the company. So,
well, I know in Japan, like even after the CEO retires, he's like, it's like more of like they still play like kind of a patriarchal role in the leadership in society in the corporation. So they still come in and be like, "Whoa, why are you fucking everything up?" And
right,
you suck. And yeah, and you, I don't know. I don't know if that still happens or not, but that's just the impression I've gotten.
Well, I would like to see Nintendo kind of get up to speed. I mean, I like some of the improvements they're heading towards, but my opinion is, you know, these are things that they should have done, you know, 6 or 7 years ago.
Yep.
Absolutely. Talking about we were talking about Sega earlier. They did buy Atlas. Sega.
Owns. What did you say? Atlas?
Yeah, they bought it.
Wow. Yeah, I think we forgot to talk about that when it happened.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot before it happened. But yeah, Sega stepped in. They are now the proud new owners of Atlas.
They didn't just buy Atlas; they bought the whole company, right? That owns Atlas.
Yeah, I don't know what the name of the company is.
It's kind of amazing seeing how
I don't know why
Sega just lost a big majority of their shares to Nintendo. Actually, the rights to the Sonic franchise.
They did.
Yeah.
What happened?
Sega bought a large number of the rights to the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise.
Nintendo.
I don't know the extent. It's an old story.
I must have missed that when it happened.
Yeah. So I thought Sega was a pretty struggling company at this point. So
I think they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're doing. I mean, in
they
Japan,
don't have any
anyway.
hardware to support. They just throwing out games. People be buying them, man.
They have other like lucrative businesses in Japan too. Like I don't know, like massage parlors.
Fuck houses.
all the trucker stops when you go down south with all the Asian women working in them, those are all made by Sega.
Those weird like theme Japanese hotels or whatever. I think they own a bunch of those.
Yeah.
They're still big in the arcade business too.
Yeah, and they own a bunch of like adult arcade type stuff and regular arcade.
I think they still do arcade stuff over here.
Do they make pachinko machines?
I would not doubt it at all.
Yeah. So.
Well, my question is Sonic going to be in the new Smash Brothers then? What's going to happen?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wind Waker's Link was announced for Smash Brothers, which is pretty cool because they have the other Link as well. So there's
cool.
2 Links now.
That's awesome.
There will be Toon Link and Skyward Sword Link.
Adult Link or
Yeah.
Teenage Link. Yeah.
What else we got going on, guys?
Sony, well, TGS happened while we were.
Tokyo Game Show.
That's racist. But awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they announced that the PS4 camera is going to be basically the Sony version of the Kinect.
Is it gonna spy on me, man?
Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna download every time you masturbate. It's gonna go straight to the NSA, and they're gonna watch and make fun of you.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's gonna basically do voice and face recognition. And they also announced that they hope to sell 5 million PlayStation 4 units by the end of 2013.
That's probably doable.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's buying X-Bones, so.
Well, they also rolled out their 4K streaming service. That's just like the first.
What's 4K streaming service?
It's 4K is like the new like ultra HD. Like, I don't know the specs on it, but
what are they streaming? Is this like movies, TV?
Yeah, movies and TV shows at like super duper high resolution. It's pretty crazy.
Sweet.
Yeah, now we all get to buy new TVs.
Yeah.
Maybe if it takes off.
See, the thing about getting a PlayStation 4 is I really want to play Arkham Origins this season because Arkham City was awesome. But do I wait? Do I wait until I get a PS4 or just buy the PlayStation 3 version? Like,
Just
is there
buy
going to
the
be
P-
different?
There's not going to be much of a difference, I bet.
Right.
The first generation of the
It can't
new
look that
generation isn't
better.
that different. No, I mean, go back and look at some of the early Xbox 360 games and PS3 games. They look like ass.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah, I remember playing Call of Duty like 3 or whatever when Xbox came out. It looked like a piece of shit.
Yeah, it takes a while, I guess, to learn how to use the new hardware, or for the bar to get raised.
Yeah.
People say, "Yeah, this looks better than."
Yeah, I've been kind of wondering about the same kind of. I've had the same questions he had about Diablo 3. So, because that's supposed to be a dual release also. So,
Is that coming out on the new systems?
Yeah, it is.
PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4.
The PlayStation
that was
4
E3 announcement.
Yeah, the PlayStation 3 one's out. I've played around with it a little bit. I own it on PC, but I think I might get the PlayStation 3 one just to be able to play with some friends that don't have it on PC. It looks pretty cool. I've heard that it translates very well to the console.
Yeah, that's probably why I'll play it too. How much is it going for now? Like
60.
60?
It's a Blizzard game, so it might not ever price drop because you can.
Right.
It's still like $50 to buy Diablo 2.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's worth it though for Blizzard games because you can play them over and over and over again. The Angry Video Game Nerd game finally came out,
Right.
so at least one of that dude's projects finally came out.
Yeah, well, that's the question. Am I just not looking in the right spots? Is the movie out? Had the movie come out, or is it ever going to come out?
It's still in production.
Still in production.
By the time it comes out, they're going to have dug up that ET landfill in real life. So
yeah.
Wait a minute, what are we talking about?
the Angry Video Game Nerd. Have you ever seen that online?
No.
Yeah. Well,
Are you not even familiar with the character?
No.
Oh.
he's pretty popular, like online kind of character.
I'll let you borrow
Since,
the
like,
DVDs.
2007. Yeah, he reviews like old Nintendo games,
Yeah.
and well, that's how he started. And
To
then
the point where they frustrate him.
Yeah.
Well, he originally started. He started his own horror movie, kind of making B horror movies, and he used to release them on VHS. And he said they were homemade, just bootleg basement stuff. And he said on one of them, he wanted to fill up, the last few minutes of the tape because he wanted to just fill all the tapes up when he sold them. So when you watch the tape, there's not a bunch of black at the end. And he reviewed a couple Nintendo games.
He reviewed Castlevania 2, I think. It was the first one.
Castlevania 2, and I think it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or something. And
2 horrible games.
and on his little order form where you could order stuff from him, I guess back then it was probably like a mail-in thing or something. People were having requests like do more Nintendo reviews. So he started throwing up YouTube stuff, and it just took off from there. So he took the character of the nerd, and then he became the nerd, and so now he was
Sounds
big
interesting.
internet celebrity. Yeah,
Yeah, he's got one of the most like awesome game collections ever.
Oh, really?
yeah, because people mail him stuff, and so now I mean I think when he's old and he can't do this stuff no more, I really think like he should consider maybe opening a museum because it's definitely worth it. There's been a few video game museums that have come about and failed. There's one in the San Francisco, San Diego, Oakland area but they don't have a permanent home, so they kind of rent spaces and travel, which I think is a horrible way to do it when you're transporting, electronic equipment. Mm-hmm. I mean, anybody that's moved an arcade cabinet knows how risky that is, just moving something like that.
It's risky business.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's I guess that's my take on the Angry Video Game Nerd. But he did a movie, and now he has a video game.
He hasn't done a movie yet. He's working on a movie.
They're pushing a movie. It's like
there's a trailer online if you want to look at it.
Well, the premiere was like 2 years ago. Like, so yeah.
Was the premiere 2 years ago?
A year and a half ago, maybe. I don't know. A while.
Was it like a real premiere, or was it like a test screening?
I don't know that. I think they promoted it as a premiere. I mean, maybe they aggrandized their what they were doing. But
IMDb says Angry Video Game the Nerd, the movie 2014, and I think it lists it as post-production.
Did you guys hear that the 3DS trumped Wii in all-time sales
Yep.
in Japan?
Yeah, I know.
It's now the master of Japan.
That's crazy.
I think
It actually happened because Mr. Nintendo committed suicide in a blood ritual to boost 3DS sales into...
He made a pact with his ancestors.
it was kind of like Friday the 13th, the series. There was like some cursed objects involved. And,
Yeah, that's what happened.
No.
but the Angry Game Nerd game is supposed to kind of go along with the games that he plays. I watched a trailer for it, and it's supposed to be really difficult and hard, and it's one of those... I'm sure if anybody's
Sounds
familiar
horrible.
with LJN, where you press jump and your character just for some reason does not jump, or you jump in a wall, or you fall down an invisible hole. And so the game has little glitches in it that are going to frustrate you to no means. So I think that's cool. It's on Steam right now, and it's going to be coming to consoles. It said later this winter. So
Yeah, I'm seriously considering buying it, even though I know I'm going to hate playing it. I don't know why.
I kind of want to play it just to hate playing it. I think that's the point. And just to give you the old... And for those of you that have Mayflash controller adapters, I think if I can get it on PS3, I'm going to play it with the actual Nintendo controller so I can, get all hurt in my thumbs from all the jagged corners and,
Yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of nerds, here's some nerdy tech news. Was the Xbox One's HDMI pass-through is going to connect to the PlayStation 4 PCs and all kinds of other stuff.
Is it like where you can hook up multiple HDMI devices to one TV through one channel kind of deal?
Kind of, and it's a little more than that. Like if you had a...
Because like my TV only has one HDMI slot, so it's only got one HDMI channel. So if I wanted to hook both of them up, I could hook them up without having to unplug the wire every time, right?
Right, yeah, it could definitely do that. And it can go a little bit beyond that for like home theater type PC type stuff. I'm not really sure
What's
what the
beyond
full
that?
implications of it
Yeah.
are.
Can it beam it into my mind?
I don't know. My TV has two, and I just went and bought a automatic switch box. They're like $10 or less on eBay, and you can hook like 3, give me a total of 4, and it has a brain in it. It knows which one's on, and it will just switch to that one.
What if you have them both on? Does it blow up?
I don't have two. I bought one. But
No, what if
No, I
you
mean,
have two devices on? What
two
if you turn on
devices.
your
two devices
PlayStation?
on. There is a manual button, and I think you get to choose at that point. Now, what the little computer and the microcontroller inside it does, I don't know.
But this will also let you like stream on the how the Xbox has that like streaming service.
Yep.
So you could like play a PC game on your Xbox and stream it using the Xbox streaming social services type stuff.
Could you use the Steam box?
yeah, you could do anything that has an HDMI out, I think. Which seems uncharacteristically
Not Microsoft.
friendly of Microsoft.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited for the Steam box.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it appeals to me too. Yeah.
I think
mean-
I think it's a mistake.
I think if I can stream play a game that I know I won't encounter any slowdowns, any stalls, glitches. I just downloaded a game on my cell phone. I have the Galaxy S3. Even though it's a year old, it's still kind of up there as far as phones. And I've experienced slowdown on that. But I have other games that run fine, so it's obviously a flaw in, that game in particular. But the fact that, games that are optimized for this phone run great. And I think that if there's a console system for that, you're guaranteed compatibility.
and I'm not so excited. Like, I probably won't get mine. I probably won't get one myself because I'm capable of building a nice gaming PC, and I can definitely hook it up to my TV and everything. But I'm just excited because I think it'll pull more of the mainstream into PC gaming. Like, I've heard people that I friends with that are gamers that only do consoles, and they're talking about it would be nice to be able to do that. They'll be able to access like the Steam sales and everything, be able to play the games on their TV. And I think it's good just to get. I think it'll definitely add to PC gaming, and we'll see some more like focus on PC development.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Looking back on some of my GameStop store experience, I always remember when a new game or something comes out and you have somebody that way too often you'd have a customer comes to the cash register and say, you got to be online to play this. And you would say yes. And then they won't buy it. So it's like, definitely, I think there's a large like section of the gaming audience that is still kind of doing it the old way where, they're not even playing games online. And so I think to kind of have something that's people want to get and it kind of brings you into a whole new way to play your games as far as
I worry that if I want to play console games, I can play a fucking console like 360 or Xbox, but like 360 or PS3. But I worry. I'll play if I want to play Skyward Sword, I'll play my Wii,
right,
or something like that. But I worry it's going to dilute the PC experience. Like the developers for PC are going to aim for that Xbox, not the Steam box benchmark. And rather than trying to like push the limit, which I know that doesn't really affect me right now anyway, because I basically have a Steam box.
Right. I can agree with that too.
I think that, the Steam box would be upgradable, right?
Well, yeah,
you'd be able to throw in new video cards.
Yeah, because I think that's a thing.
Well, then what's the point?
At the speed that PCs, they're always throwing out new video cards like every 2 months. Like I'm sure, we'll have some Steam box upgrades.
I think they're trying to minimize costs, so you're getting a gaming PC at a better cost, and they're trying to streamline it with your home media.
Yeah,
and nobody's really done that yet.
Reaching the masses, I think that's what they're going for.
Well, that's why I think the Steam OS is a good idea. They can do all that with the Steam OS without taking on the cost of building their own hardware.
Right. Well, you're a guy who've never had any PC gaming experience. You play your PlayStation, and then Steam box comes out, and you're like, well, what's this? Like, oh, those games look really cool. I don't really know how to hook up my fucking computer and all this shit.
Are you really gonna buy like an unknown brand? Like, if you don't play PC, you probably don't know what Steam is. Are you really gonna buy a Steam box?
If they put the new Madden on it,
I think they're gonna advertise it. I think you're gonna know what it is when it comes out.
Maybe
From the makers of fucking Half-Life.
I don't know. You don't see a lot of those people picking up Ouya's.
And that's another point too. Is there will be? I'm sure there'll be like certain limited edition Steam boxes. I mean, companies can still capitalize on that a lot. But yeah, I definitely know like what he's talking about aiming the bar low as far as like the quality of your games. Because myself, I'm just kind of waiting for an announcement when, they're going to make a phone that supports Steam OS. And, then you're going to see, a definite bottleneck as far as like what will be available on it, unless somebody's planning to invent some really like kick-ass phones here in the near future.
Right.
I saw somebody, I saw a video guy reviewing the NVIDIA Shield. I know we talked about that on our very first episode. And it looks like piece of shit.
Yeah. I think I posted that review on the...
Is that where I read it from?
Yeah.
Did you post it up? Yeah, it was like watching the video and everything just looked laggy and shitty and
yeah,
it looked horrible.
Like it looks all right for games that you can download onto it, but if you want to like stream from your PC, it looks...
Right.
Which is like the whole appeal of having it, I think.
Right, yeah. I mean, if you want the PC gaming experience in your hand, you're not really getting that because you can't fucking stream awesome games to it. Yeah, it did not look good. It looked like a failure.
Yeah, and that was like a couple months ago. You haven't really heard anything about it since.
I think they know what they've got.
Yeah. I think
they probably pushed out enough units to maybe recoup their development costs, and that's it.
Maybe.
I mean, attempt to.
Yeah. So Joseph Staten left Bungie after 15 years. He's like the creative design director, I guess.
Why did he leave? Just didn't like it anymore? Go bored?
He wanted to tackle his own creative challenges. He says, I'm leaving to tackle new creative challenges.
Tired of making first-person shooters. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I mean, Destiny is pretty much wrapped up, so...
Yeah.
I guess... I don't know. Maybe something about the new structure he didn't like, or maybe... I don't know.
Well, Destiny's pretty much Halo, so maybe he just didn't want to continue that. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there's going to be a Destiny 2, 3, and 4 now, and all that
making
shit.
Halo for, like, decades. You think he would have gotten tired of it a long time ago. I mean...
the money was probably pretty good towards the end.
Marathon was basically Halo. Yeah, he's made his millions. You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe he's honest when he's saying he's leaving for creative challenges for once. When someone says that, it actually means it.
Did anybody ever... I'm trying to think of... I knew when Bungie left Microsoft, they had a tablet game or a phone game that come out, and it looked really cool. I forgot all about it, and I never played it. It was like some like steamboat combat game.
Really?
Like steampunk on boats. It looked really cool.
That sounds cool.
I'll have to look it up, but I think as it came out and I had like an iPhone 3S or whatever, and you had to have an iPad. You couldn't get it on the phone. Well, that was cool. But then they stopped doing, because I thought, Bungie was going to start like developing a bunch of different kind of games, hit the market. It looks like they're just going to make science fiction first person shooters.
Or maybe they're just going to start off with that.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is their kind of their first AAA title since they split from Microsoft, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine not wanting to be too adventurous after that either. I don't know. Looks like the next gen upgrades won't include single player saves. Like, you know how they're offering the program where if you buy such and such game on PS3, you can upgrade it for $10 on PS4.
Yeah.
When you buy the PS4, apparently you won't be able to transfer over your
save
single player save game.
Okay.
Which, I don't know, kind of defeats the point.
I guess you can upgrade, still have the game. You don't have to rebuy it, but you get the pleasure of playing through it again.
I guess.
You don't have a save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Crimson, and it's the company's first original IP. Trying to find screenshots. I'm gonna go home and try to buy this game
What's it called? Crimson?
Crimson semicolon or no colon Steam Pirates.
Okay. Seems cool.
Oh.
Steam also had more news. They're rolling out their family sharing beta program, which means you can share games.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool because I have a lot of people on my friends list. So
I have nobody on my friends list.
Really?
Yeah.
So if they're like, "Hey, why don't you try out this game?" It's good because I buy a lot of Steam gifts for my friends when they go on sale. So like Neverwinter Nights 2 was on sale like a couple of months ago for like $2, and so I brought like 3 of my friends in. I'm like, "You should play this game. It's really awesome." And, only $2, but if I could just lend it to them, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be cool. So,
Steam
Bungie Aerospace releases first game. I guess Aerospace is their mobile division.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
Looks like a RTS, but with steamboats. Yeah, I wonder what if you lend a game. Say we're friends on Steam, and I lend you my copy of, whatever, Rome Total War. While you're playing it, will I be able to play it, or will it take it off of my accessible games?
I don't know. It's a good question.
So like if multiplayer games, like if I loan it to you, then we both play, or
Let's check out the family sharing fact.
I mean, because if I could loan you multiplayer games and then we both play it, that'd be pretty cool. Because there's a lot of multiplayer games that have come out, and it's been like a flavor of the month thing. Me and my friends will play it for about a month and never touch it again. So,
No, the answer is no. Can 2 users share a library and both play at the same time? No.
Yeah, that would be
a shared
too good.
library may only be accessed by 1 user at a time, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if you both are super into the game and you're both playing at the same time, you should probably both pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that answers that question. Do you know anything about Sonic Lost World?
Yeah, I've watched a few trailers. It's basically it's a 3D Sonic. You're going to have some of the power ups from like Sonic Colors. You fight. You got like what they call it. You got Rise Against the Deadly Six enemies. They said that I kind of seen it behind the scenes. They said they kind of wanted to make the enemies in this game kind of outside the normal kind of Sonic feel, so they wanted them to kind of be different.
So not like spike traps and fat robots.
Yeah, there's no. These are kind of it's hard to say what.
Are they robots with spikes?
No,
on them?
they're not. They're not spiked robots. They're more like kind of like magical enemies, kind of Pokemon-ish.
And so he's going from the realm of sci-fi,
yeah,
sort of fantastical setting.
You got new moves in this game. You can run upside down. Both the Wii U and the 3DS are gonna use like tilt controls. One thing I think, like I said earlier, is you'll be able to upload
tilt controls on the 3DS sounds fun.
Yeah. You'll be able to upload items you get in the game into the Miiverse and share them with other players.
Like a ring, maybe like a gold ring. You could share that.
A brass ring. I don't know.
I found this ring.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That
I also found this ring.
Yeah.
Both are gonna be multiplayer, and like I said, that you'll be able to share. So it seems interesting. The game definitely looks good. It kind of looks like a mix of kind of like the newer Sonic stuff with the older Sonic stuff. I've just always thought the Sonic games were kind of like 50-50, like hit or miss. And it seems when they kind of stray outside their original game formula is when they kind of bomb. There's been some horrible fan-hated Sonics out there, and and some of them have just been mediocre, and some of them sold really well. So it's
you play a lot of Sonic games, right? Did you play the BioWare Sonic Dark Chronicles, the RPG? I really want to play that game, but I can't find a copy anywhere.
I really wanted to play that too. I heard
it
got really bad reviews.
Really?
Yeah, if I remember right.
It came out like 4 or 5 years ago. It was neat because BioWare, which pretty big RPG house. But yeah, they did a Sonic. It's called Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, and it's a pretty decent, like almost kind of like a JRPG, kind of like the Sonic version of Mario RPG. Yeah. I just hit Amazon. They don't have any. It says I can get one for $40, but I don't know if I want to pay $40 for it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like what was this Sonic and the
Metacritic has
75% or 74%. Yeah. It's actually I don't know, but I was thinking of Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah, that game bombed. That was one of no good ones I was going to mention.
Critic reviews, it's at 74, and user reviews, it's at 7.4. So,
which isn't like,
I mean, it's only been reviewed 15 times by users. 9 of them gave it 10s, and then it's got 1 mixed and 4 negative. So,
yeah, I guess I don't know. There's an issue with targeting in that game because I mean, the Sonic crowd probably isn't going to play a lot of RPGs.
Yeah. 1UP gave it a 100%, man.
1UP did?
Yeah.
Who reviewed it?
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to look this up.
Was it,
Ryan Scott.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
Who was there?
Those screenshots look trippy.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It kind of looks like what was the Sonic with the isometric perspective?
I don't know.
I've only played
Sonic. Is this
was that Sonic CD or was it?
Which?
But
that would be the. I'm trying to. You're talking about the old Genesis game. I can't remember what that. Sonic 3D Blast.
Oh yeah, it's like the most hated one or something.
Yeah. Well, I guess on the Genesis era, it had there was a Game Gear version of it called Sonic Labyrinth. Not to be confused with the Game Gear game Sonic Blast, which actually kind of like the Game Gear version of Sonic and Knuckles, which I thought was pretty good, but it was like horribly glitchy.
If there are anybody listening to this podcast, we still have listeners, and you have a copy of Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, send it to us. I'd like to play it. I'll send it back to you after I'm done.
We still have listeners. Last one was pretty successful.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We got any email? We didn't open up with the mailbag. There's probably nothing in there, is there? Have you checked it?
No.
God damn it. Nobody checks the email. Let's check it. Let's live on air.
Are we even getting
email.
like spam offers? Is there at least
I literally have not checked
Is there like a Nigerian checking scam waiting for us?
Google's pretty good about
Dear Mr. Dreamcast, we want to give you a cash check.
My mother, she is very sick. I need you to sign me over 20 money orders, and then I pay you lots of money.
That's cool. He'll send you like a $10,000 cashier's check, and you just have to send him back 3,000 of it.
Right.
But you get to keep 7,000. It's a
keep
really
the
good
rest.
deal.
Yep. Well,
no new email. I did check it when the podcast numbers peaked. So
yeah. What the fuck, guys? It's Nintendo Dreamcast podcast at gmail.com. Just send a fucking email. And send it and say, I have this game, and then I'll respond with my address, and you can send it to me, and I'll send it back. I will. I'm good at borrowing games. I will return it to you.
Yeah.
I want to play it. That would be good if they ever do the fucking DS games on the virtual console.
There was an announcement. I don't know about DS, but
that's what I'm talking about.
Said,
about DS.
What they said, they're going to expand out. They said there's Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, and more to come. So, I mean, what the DS is next in line. I'm sure
after
after
the GBA
that,
stuff coming out?
They haven't set an announced date for that.
Yeah.
So, is that for 3DS eShop or Wii U eShop?
I am pretty, I'm not even 100% sure. I hope so. The 3DS is doing better.
I feel like with the 2DS coming out that they're going to put in more, because if they put the GBA games, you know what I mean? It doesn't detract from the 3D, And it's got a smaller screen anyway, so it'll probably fit nicely on the 2DS.
I'm wondering if there's some hardware issue that's not letting them do that. Because I mean, like we talked about before, the Ambassador games, like you couldn't go to the home screen.
Those problems, yeah.
There's not enough RAM in it. Like
I think it's just from what I understand, it's just a matter they haven't sit down and, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they haven't put the work into it yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know that the original DS the processor was backwards compatible with the processor in the Game Boy Advance. I don't know which one's in the 3DS though. Coincidentally, the processor that's in the Wii U is natively backwards compatible with the processor that's in both the Wii and the GameCube. And there was a lot of outrage about then why no GameCube support, and Nintendo, I think, in their statements, blamed it on the actual drive unit that the Wii U uses, that it wasn't going to support the 3-inch CDs or whatever.
Cool.
Or the 2.5-inch CDs or whatever they are.
So have you, are you done to get the Wind Waker HD since you have a Wii U?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
You getting the physical?
I think I want to get the physical one. I don't know if they're offering any more points for the Nintendo Club if you get the downloadable one.
Yeah, the reviews are all really positive.
Yeah, because I didn't play that game originally when it came out, so I think this is a good opportunity.
Oh, you never played it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're in for it. You're in for a treat.
Yeah, it's a really...
Well, I sat and watched Matt play through a great deal of it. So
you watched me beat it, didn't you? Weren't you there when I played?
Hey, I heard you watched you beat it a couple of times.
Yeah. and to be honest, that's kind of
zing.
That always kind of spoils a game for me. That's why I never really ended up buying Metal Gear 2. I remember that I was like crazy about that game, and then I sat and watched somebody complete the game. And
you watched Nate play it, didn't you?
Yeah, incessantly. And you know, I also watched somebody finish the Ocarina of Time the same way, kind of same thing happened there. But I've been playing the Ocarina of Time on and off on the 3DS, and so I'm slowly making my way through that game eventually as well.
You've had that since Christmas, haven't you?
Yeah, and you know, I've had the original cart pretty much for many years now, and it's like one of those games where I always start off strong, and then around the like Temple of Time part, the first time you visit the Temple of Time, when he grows up, right around there, the game kind of slows down for me, and then I end up playing something else. It's usually due to the game's fault. It's usually, you know, something else comes out, and then I ended up buying a different game.
You gotta move on from there to like get to the Goron Mountain and shit like that. The game really picks up once you...
Right.
So I've never played Skyward Sword, so I'm hoping that by the time I get a Wii U, maybe they'll have a Skyward Sword edition, maybe like an HD Skyward Sword for Wii U.
I played all the way to the end of Skyward Sword. I got almost every single pickup and every collectible without using a FAQ, and then my Wii got stolen while we were on vacation.
Wait, when was this? Like last year?
Yeah, was that last year?
Yeah.
Did somebody break in?
No, we went to the shore.
Took it with you?
Yeah, I took it to play at the beach house because, you know, fuck nature.
Right.
And yeah, we were at the shitty like cracker laden
like a Cracker Barrel
city, in Pennsylvania, like
it was laden with
near
crackers.
Pittsburgh.
They wait till like you guys went out or something and like broke in your...
No, we left it in the car and we thought we'd had it locked, and it was like super late at night and baby was crying, and so we left it unlocked, and we came back in the morning and someone had taken the Wii.
Well, if they put out a Skyward Sword HD bundle, and when you get a Wii U in a couple years, you'll get to play through it all again. You'll get to enjoy the experience.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I heard it's just an awesome game.
It's really good. It's one of my favorites since Ocarina of Time. It got a lot of shit when it came out, and like people, like reviewers here and there that I respect gave it like a B, you know, which is pretty shitty for a Zelda game.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, Zelda game it's a 98, right?
Right.
It's got to be in the 90s.
So
I'm gonna fact check this. I'm gonna fact check you right now. I don't believe that. I thought when it came out, everybody was like, "It's awesome." live fact checked. He's got a 93 on Metacritic, man.
Yeah. I mean, but 93 is pretty shitty for a Zelda game, too. I mean,
Destructoid gave it a 95.
Again.
Does have 81 negative user reviews.
Wait.
Yeah.
How current are those reviews?
Well, I mean,
Probably then the first two. They're all from November of 2011.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt that game had a lot of hype around it, and I don't know.
Are you sure?
I think it.
There are people hype Zelda games?
Were there TV commercials for that one? Or were they doing the commercials then?
I don't
know.
I don't watch TV, so I couldn't answer that.
Me either.
I miss the live action Nintendo commercials. Those were the
Right?
shit.
Yeah.
That's how you hype something up. Remember the live action Metroid one?
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, it's a woman.
I guess the last news item we have that's worth talking about.
Wait, pause. I just remember this. The Pokemon XY. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers that they put on TV, but they're live action. I just remember that.
Are they?
Yeah, they have like kids, and they're like, "This is my Charmander," but the Charmander's obviously.
Oh yeah, remember that? Yeah, they came out of the Game Boy. Was that?
Well, no,
the issue?
these are new ones.
for the new
yeah.
ones.
New one?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're going
all
back,
right,
but it's
all
pretty
right.
interesting because there's not kids in this one. It's more like older teenagers, like 15 to 17. So I think they're trying to target
Right.
older crowd because those people are the people that were kids when the first Pokemon came out. So I guess that's pretty smart.
Right.
But yeah, I was just excited because they had live action commercials. They look cheesy as fuck too, if you watch them. Like, it's cringeworthy.
What do you? I mean, have you been following the new Pokemon? Like, what are you excited about in it?
Well,
What's the deal with it?
I've come to the series late, like this year, and so I've never experienced one of the GBA ones or the Game Boy ones, but I've been playing, the DS ones, and I'm excited that the Pokemon Bank's exciting because you can upload all your Pokemon to a cloud, and then in X and Y you can pull them from the cloud into your game, and that's really, really awesome. There's customization to your player character. In the previous games, you get your character and that's what they look like, but you can customize outfits and stuff. I've added a lot of like game mechanics. So there's like hordes battles. So instead of like
Horde battles?
hordes, you'll fight like 8 Pokemon at a time. So like a horde of Zubats will attack you. There's sky battles, which are battles that only flying Pokemon can participate. Those look pretty sweet. The mini games look pretty immersive in this one. It's not just like waggling.
Right, I heard there's like Nintendogs kind of like functionality with the Pokemon. You can like pet them
And the thing for me that it makes me really excited is with the current ones, I've never played online, like never challenged anybody because the online is horribly broken because everybody's hacked, with R4 cards and stuff, hacked Pokemon. But with the new one, it goes through the Nintendo server that detects if it's a hacked Pokemon. So you can't import any of those Pokemon into the Pokemon Bank because it won't accept them. And the new matchup system in X and Y prohibits them, blocks them. So until somebody figures out how to get around that, I might actually play online. It would be cool. Yeah, and it just looks good, like the quality of the game. I don't know if you've like seen like screenshots. Like, it's very vibrant. The graphics look really sharp. It just looks like a really, really well put together game.
Yeah, no, I've seen screenshots. It looks cool. Like, I read some stuff on it. I might pick it up.
Yeah, my biggest thing right now is I'm torn whether to get the physical copy or get the digital copy because it's something that's always going to be in my 3DS. I think so. I wouldn't mind having it, just on here. The fact that it's tied to the system is kind of a negative for me. Mm-hmm. But I do have that $30 eShop credit, so I'm like, I could just get it for like $10,
Yeah.
But my biggest thing is,
I've heard like if your system breaks, you can call Nintendo, and they will give you like, if you hassle them like repeatedly over and over again, eventually they will give you an eShop credit like equal to the amount of games that were on your system when you lost it.
Right. It's not so much that it's like in maybe 2 years there's going to be a 3DS XXXL that plugs directly into your brain and you close your eyes and play it on the back of your eyelids. And
I can't wait for that shit.
Yeah, if they don't, just the fact that eShop titles are tied to this system. So if I upgrade, I guess you can do a system transfer though.
Yeah,
but I wonder if my saves would transfer, which would be a big deal.
Well, you have cloud save right now, or you can back up your saves on your
on the SD card.
Yeah,
maybe I'll get it on the eShop then. I don't know. It's just $30. It's $30. So.
You probably want to own a physical copy, especially for the Pokemon though. It'll be worth a lot. I think
maybe
at some point, maybe.
Well, I just need to know what to spend this eShop credit because I do want the physical copy of the Legend of Zelda.
The one thing with the difference on your saves with the physical copy when you're talking about a 3DS game is you can't back up your saves from a cartridge. Am I wrong about that?
I have no idea.
You can back up your saves from downloaded games, but
no, you can back up your save from anything. I'm pretty sure. I have a cartridge in here right now.
Yeah, let's make this happen.
Let's see.
This is live action.
What the hell? I'll just close that battle. Start again.
Because you pushed a little... crap, what was it? How did you do it again? There's a little triangle.
Yeah, there is a little triangle, and it's not...
Up.
That's actually not showing up.
Not
showing up on the card.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that sucks. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
So you're probably actually going to want to go with the digital one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, $30. So I mean, the only two games that are coming out in the near future are Zelda and Pokemon. I think I'd rather have a physical copy of Zelda. So
yeah.
My question is with how big the Pokemon game is. I wonder if I'll have to upgrade my SD card because it's a pretty big fucking game. Like there's a bunch of shit crammed in there, and just the visuals alone, I'm sure, make it a pretty large game. So if I remember, I think Fire Emblem was like 2 gigs, which was pretty big for a 3DS game.
And there's a lot of voiceover on that, so it's a lot of those really nice anime cutscenes.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed that maybe this is Nintendo moving away from the 3D and the 3DS, but only the battle scenes in Pokemon will be in 3D. Everything else, the overworld map, you walking around, menus and everything, none of that will be in 3D.
Or like an early review I read said that it was the first game to look really good with the slider turn all the way up. And he was talking specifically about the grass and stuff like that in the overworld.
Yeah, no, but they just announced it, or it was announced like a couple weeks ago that it's like 3D in X, Y.
They better not be trying to. I hope they didn't take all that out.
Yeah, Pokemon X and Y only use 3D during battles.
Yeah. Wonder if they did that to kind of.
It's confirmed that the overworld featured in the game can only be displayed in 2D. I don't know why. I don't know what the development is into that. Like if they have to program it differently, I don't know why it just wouldn't do it. But
that's weird.
Maybe they did it to cut down on the size of the digital download. Maybe it was originally in all 3Ds. But yeah, so it's interesting. I want to see because a big part of developing for the 3DS is that the 3D is required. So I wonder if their standards are going to become lax in the future. I
think so. That's like most companies do that when they have a new system. They have the requirements, and then after a while, it doesn't seem that you don't ever see that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's the interview. They said, we could put a lot of grass and flowers and try to make them as pretty as possible. When you don't use the 3D effect, you're able to render quite a bit more on the 3DS. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to leave it off in the overworld, because it gives us more power to show off more beautiful graphics. So I think it is a space thing.
It's because of the screen resolution.
Yeah.
When you're watching things in 3D, the top screen of the 3DS is actually HD, but it's interlaced.
So the graphics processor has to work twice as hard because it's actually displaying 2 different images.
Well, it may work a little harder. I don't know that that's actually the main point. It's the fact that you essentially have two screens that are sharing the same screen, so each one has half the resolution. When you pull this, when you are, have a game with no 3D, then you have twice the pixels on the screen that you can put more details into.
They claim that having it just 3D in the battle enhances the 3D in the game, and it makes the battles more exciting because shit's in 3D. But
Cool.
Yeah, but it's just interesting. I'm curious next year to see what happens with the 3DS if we're going to start seeing more titles that are going to leave the 3D off.
Cool.
We got anything else for tonight, man?
I was going to talk a little bit about the Nintendo Direct where they're talking about the Wii-Fit U, which is the new version of the Wii fitness game. This sounded pretty interesting to me, mainly because it's a pretty good offer that you don't really see like the kinds of things Nintendo doing. Just to get everybody up on speed, the new Wii Fit has more games, like mini games. It's going to do more different kinds of strength conditioning. You'll still be able to use the old balance board, but they do have a new peripheral that is a pedometer. And
is it called the 3DS?
No.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, you can just wear the 3DS.
Yeah, put it in your pocket.
Well, the thing about this pedometer is, if you watch the Wii U Direct on it, it's a little more high tech than like the average one you would buy like at the store or whatever.
Yeah.
Because this one it has a 3-axis gyroscope and a pressure sensor that will tell you your altitude, so it can calculate all that and knows whether you're like stair climbing, coming downhill. They tested it. They had one of the Nintendo execs. They made him climb a mountain. Then he had to get in a taxi, come back to work, and ride up the elevator. And then they made him sit at the desk for the rest of the day. But it will show you your stats through the day, like how much activity, if you're going up, downhill. So it's pretty cool. And you take it with you and you do all your daily things. You come back home and, upload it, and it tells you how your day went.
Does it have a new board? Like a new balance board?
No. It's compatible with the old one. And here's where the deal comes in. Because on November 1st, you'll be able to download the game free, like a demo, a free trial for the month of November. And then after November, if you are a registered balance board owner and you buy the pedometer that comes with it, I don't know if it has a name, but then you keep the game for free. Okay. And then the retail package comes out, and they are going to have a package that comes with all, the peripherals, the balance board and the pedometer. But for anybody that's played it before or even wants to pick it up, used, it's pretty cheap. And if you can get a valid registry key and register it before November, then you get the game, the whole thing, for $19.99. And to me, that sounds like pretty cool coming from Nintendo because, we just talked about, how tight-fisted they are about their games. So I think that is a really good deal for those of, people that want to kind of get into that or even, try it out and, just as a curiosity. I mean,
I guess it doesn't have any Wii U specifics besides the new pedometer because they're pretty much the same game.
The games interact. In addition to the balance board, you're using the Wii U, the control pad. I seen they had like a golfing game where you put the control pad on the floor and it looks like the golf tee, and you make a practice swing at it.
Okay.
I seen another one where you kind of hold it up and you're moving left and right, and so I guess it's doing something on there. I'm not sure if the Wii gamepad has any kind of motion sensing in it because I've yet to play a game where that comes into play.
I think it does.
It
The Wii U
does.
gamepad, I remember a bunch of tech demos where they were
Oh wait, yeah. You know what?
I
I take that all back. Yeah, because that's what you do on the Google Street Maps.
Right.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely that comes into play. So you almost have a home gym of valuable Nintendo stuff you can break while you're exercising. So
That's awesome.
Sweet.
That's all good stuff. I hadn't heard about any of that.
It's smart on their part. Because when the Wii-Fit came out, it was kind of a fad, and a lot of those Wii-Fit pads sit around in people's closets right now. So
they still go for $50 on eBay.
Some of them do, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I personally know people that have Wii and a Wii-Fit and never use it. And so if they offer this updated, Wii-Fit and they pull out the Wii board, $20, you're going. I mean, it's pretty smart on their part. I think it's a good deal.
Yeah, and it's claiming this one has 77 different activities and 19 that are all new and use the Wii Pad. Many of those use the Wii Pad controller. So, yeah. So I think that's kind of neat. And yeah, very seldom does Nintendo even support a peripheral for that long a time.
Still waiting for my Virtual Boy update.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. They need to launch. The next step should be 3DS Virtual Boy. Next year, launch it.
3D.
That'd be sweet.
All right. Have anybody seen the wraparound sunglasses that have TVs in them?
Yeah.
I've seen several different brands eBay, Amazon, all kind of shady Chinese websites.
Yeah, well, I see them a lot on eBay and Craigslist for people have died wearing them. So
yeah, well, they
you can get them secondhand. They walk.
They had them in the 90s, but color LCDs weren't great back then. But I'm wondering if now, the technology has kind of caught up with although nobody cares about virtual reality, but I wonder if I'm scared to buy one because the cheapest pair I've seen is $80 and they only go up to 150, 200. But if I bought a pair of these, could I actually do something cool with them other than just?
No, my best friend growing up, he had a Sega CD and he had the entire library for it, as it was current, and he bought the virtual it was a third party, and it was pretty neat. There's only 2 games that really gave you that effect.
Was it Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
Yeah, we played the shit out of that game. I made some fucking awesome videos, man. That was Marky Mark's music factory, but it was a chopper attack game where you drove around like a helicopter shooting the shit out of people. But it was really weird. I remember playing and using that helmet, and it just gave you the worst fucking headache. But
yeah.
I hear the Oculus Rift, if you wear it long enough, it gives you a headache.
I'm sure it does.
Because the screens are kind of low resolution still.
Yeah.
It's still in beta, though. You're still playing with a prototype. You can order the prototype and use it, but the final version hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I don't see the Oculus Rift going anywhere. For the same reason that it's never gone anywhere before.
The only game that ever gave me true motion sickness was I think it was a PlayStation 3 game. The name was just on the tip of the tongue. It's the game where you're running and jumping from building to building.
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Yes, that game. I wonder what that would be like wearing some crappy virtual reality glasses. Would you actually? It's like the age-old question. If you fall in your dream and you hit the ground, will you die in real life?
From what I understand, to get the full effect of the Oculus Rift, to turn it from just having screens close to your eyes, you have to have that fucking $10,000 thing that they walk on and run on. Have you seen that? Somebody, they did
a treadmill dealie.
Yeah, they did Crisis 2, and they had this crazy it was a pad that they had
human
to
hamster
they had
wheel.
to get them tied into it and stuff. It was weird.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
So I think
We're done, right? We're done.
Well, yeah, the last story I want to talk about anyway, which is not probably a huge deal, but the new Vita that was announced at the TGS.
Wait, there's a new one?
Yep.
The Vita TV?
It's lighter and slimmer, and they went back. They took a back step on the screen, it seems like. They went from OLED to LCD, which seems kind of weird to me.
Have we seen, in the article, do they have them side by side? Because I want to know if, with the hardware, if you can actually... if there's a noticeable difference in brightness or sharpness.
I'm sure. I think the article was taken on the show floor at TGS, so it's probably hard to get a good feel for what it is.
Because nobody probably had a Vita with them.
Right.
Why would they carry one?
Traditionally, LCDs have a tighter dot spacing, which is it's not has anything to do with the resolution or pixel size itself, but it's the spaces between the pixels.
Yeah. I'm just curious with the hardware and the games, the software that are in the Vita, if it's a noticeable difference.
They said there's not a noticeable difference. There's not an astonishing difference.
So I'm guessing it was a cost thing on their part.
Then. Yeah. The main advantage, because like the Samsung has the OLED screen, and you can view it at pretty much any angle. And I've compared it to people that have the iPhone with the Retina display, and it's the picture qualities. I mean, at this point, they're about the same. It's just like, the viewing angle and the brightness and the daylight versus indoors versus, in the dark kind of thing. And
well, the Vitas are anything like the PSPs, and they're pretty much just dedicated porn machines. So I think you just really have to worry about, your bathroom, the lighting in there, how good it looks.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's that. So I guess just a business to wrap up. We got another 5-star review on iTunes.
Sweet.
So that makes
Thank you.
2 from
that was from my mom.
Shake and Bakey. Your mom's Shake and Bakey?
Yeah, she is.
Heard that about her.
Don't know who my mom knows what a podcast is.
So yeah, at the end of his review, he says, "Now you guys have 2 iTunes reviews."
Sweet, dude. Write us fucking email. If you listen to this, write us an email. And if you have Dark Chronicles Brotherhood, send it to me.
So yeah, thanks, Shake and Bakey.
Yeah. I think next podcast would be a little bit more exciting because I will have some hands-on time with the new Pokemon, and there's some more games coming out. We're about to hit that golden space of the year where there's new video games. I might pick up GTA. I don't know.
I might too.
I would just do it out of a professional
obligation.
Yeah, just to play it and then talk about it on the show. So maybe if you just buy it and then loan it to me.
Yeah, I'll buy it on Steam and loan it to you.
Over Steam?
I don't want to play it on Steam because my computer sucks.
Sounds like, you'd have a hard time running that.
Yeah. I'm sure it would run fine. It just wouldn't look very good. And that's, when you play a new AAA game, you kind of want it to look great.
I think GTA, I think that's one game where they've always tried to progressively push towards a more realistic kind of gameplay style. I mean, the game's never going to have like the same true to life physics that a lot of like the Forza games and stuff
I didn't
have.
Know, like in Vice City, you could hit like a hooker like 6 times with a baseball bat, but I think they've got it down to like 1 swing now. Like, crack
just as far as the details of the graphics, they're really detailed games. I mean, with the lighting is always improved on them games, the facial expressions, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think with GTA 4, it was so good. Like, there's a lot of dedicated, like, people made movies just with GTA, like, 4.
Machinima.
Yeah, a lot of, like, movies and stuff. So, yeah, I like it. I see what you're saying. With GTA 5, maybe I think there's boobs in it, so they might be able to do porn.
Is there boobs in it?
Yeah, I think there's titties in this one. I mean, I think they're just like, fuck it at this point. Might as well put some tits in.
Yeah. Jack.
I think it's weird, though, because I don't think they have nipples or something. I don't know.
Jack Thompson's
they're all wearing pasties.
Dead in a hotel somewhere anyway, so.
No, he's fucking in a hotel, like a car that he stole is like out in front of the shitty motel, and he's banging some hooker, snorting cocaine, and playing GTA
I used to be
5.
a lawyer.
But I started playing Grand Theft Auto. And I couldn't control my actions because video games make you kill people and do drugs. So that's what happened. Is he got on the crack, man? Because he played that video game. All right, thanks, guys.
Oh wait.
Oh shit.
Still, please rate us on iTunes. We only have 2, and we still don't have an average review. I don't know how many it takes. Maybe 3. maybe 20.
And
The
we
law
are
averages we need.
We don't even get on the ratings list until we have like an average rating. I think.
That's how you know that we are quality, because we have not gotten on there and made accounts and rated ourselves.
Yeah, which we probably should do.
Yeah, we probably should do that. So if you see a bunch of new reviews, that was probably us.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get on and do that after this.
So that and Nintendo Dreamcast podcast at gmail.com. Please rate us.
Yeah, rate us.
All right. Thanks a lot and goodbye.
Boy.
Open this up on Fire Emblem. Yeah. The script for the cutscene came up.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make that happen?
No. Huh. I think if you hit one of the shoulder buttons, I think it'll toggle like the script or the whatever.
Yeah, on the lower screen.
On another note, I just dropped my watch off the table and it broke.
Jesus, Jay.
I'm thinking it's maximum overdrive. Like all the machines are coming after me.
Like your Emilio Estevez? The movie was sweet. I don't know if anybody remembers the actual.
I remember
movie. The vending machine trying to kill him?
No, I remember the Joker face on the truck.
Yeah,
that was a Green Goblin face.
Green Goblin face, yeah.
Come on.
Dude, I was like 4 when I last saw that movie.
Yeah.
Got new swap notes.
All I remember
check my
is
swap notes on
I
these.
almost cried at the end of that movie because they blew up the ice cream truck. And I remember when the game Twisted Metal came out, the very first one, and I was thinking like, oh my God, they just ripped off like Maximum Overdrive. Like it was like Maximum Overdrive, the game that never happened.
They still make Twisted Metal games?
They do. There was a recent
PSP
one.
or something?
Yeah. I think they came out with a new one about a year or two ago. Twisted Metal could be fun if they really expanded on it, I think.
Well, the first one was fun for the time.
I think the second one was still the best. I don't know why, but maybe it was just because like I had more friends to get into it at the time. So it seemed like if you just played alone, the game wasn't very fun. But if you like played multiplayer and you could really get into it.
Yeah, we only played multiplayer when I was a kid.
That
was the highlight of it.
Or 2-player. It was the 2-player, as it was called back then.
I don't remember ever playing through the single player.
I don't know. Was there a story?
On the first Twisted Metal, I know there were a couple hidden stages that you could only play as one player.
Get to it, lads. I just dropped my baby on the floor upstairs.
That sucks.
Yeah. He seems to be okay.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. So may have to go to the hospital at some point during this.
Did you guys ever watch Critters?
Yep.
I don't remember much about it.
I was talking to somebody about Ghoulies,